Hey everyone, Pastor Wes here with you on Wednesday night. We're still talking about the abundant life or secret to living in the abundant life. It's not really a secret. It's found all through the Word of God, but it's God's abundance, however you want to title that. The first week we talked about answering that important question of who am I and trying to figure out who it is that God has made me to be. Last week we looked at two important questions. What are you and where are you? Questions that seem so simple up front when you first ask them, but take a lot of soul searching to honestly evaluate and answer those. And we finish by saying that it's time that we put away childish things, we put away childish excuses, and just embrace the power of God and be the person that He has made us to be. Tonight we're looking at the fourth question. It's one that is very personally based. You've got to be open and honest about where you are and where you want to be, because the question is probably perhaps the most demanding question. It's the one that's least answered, and it's, what do you want your life to look like? What do you want your life to look like? What do you want your marriage to look like? What do you want the relationship with your children to look like? What do you want to do? And the problem with the majority of people is that they simply they don't know what they want. And because of that, they take what they get. The average person really doesn't know what they want. They're frustrated. They're fed up with where they are. They don't like the way things are going in their life. They don't like the way their relationships are. But in honesty, they really don't know what they want. And so one of the most common pieces of advice that I always share with young people who come to me for guidance about things in life is stop letting life happen to you and go out and take what God has for you. I ask couples in marriage counseling, what do you want your marriage to look like? You've got to have a vision of what you desire it to be. You've got to have a goal in mind that you're striving for. You need a picture of it in your mind to be able to attain it. Otherwise, you're just chasing after something that is always vanishing because you don't have anything concrete in mind that you're striving for. You've got to have a picture. You've got to have a vision. You've got to have a goal, a desire of what you want the end product to look like. But most people can't answer that. And if they do, I follow up with a very hard question. What have you done in the last 24 hours to make it look that way? What have you done in the last 24 hours to reach that goal, or what you desire something to be like or look like? I was listening to the radio this morning, and announcers on there were talking about if you could record and send a message to yourself 10 years ago, what would you say? And I thought, this is just the stupidest question. Why waste time? Why even spend the energy to chase some kind of fantasy life idea, dream of what you would tell yourself 10 years ago? It's impossible. You can't go back in time. You can't go and redo and relive. Life just doesn't work that way. So don't waste the time. Don't waste the energy on doing something fantasy and foolish. Look to the future. If you want your life to be a certain way tomorrow, what steps are you going to take today to try to attain or achieve what you desire tomorrow? Forget about all that stuff from years in the past. You can't do anything about the past. The only thing that you can do about the past is learn from it. And that's one of our major problems. We get so hung up on fantasy ideas and spend so much time and energy when we could devote that time and energy to focusing on a vision that we have for the future and taking steps to be able to walk in that and attain it at some point. Now, we'll talk a little further about what have you done, today, or what have you done in the last 24 hours to make that vision a reality in your life. But tonight, the question that we have to answer and we have to look at and be honest with ourselves is, what do I really want? A lot of people just simply do not know what they really want. It's as confusing as trying to figure out the plan for supper every night. What do you want? Well, I don't know. What are you hungry for? Well, I don't know. What sounds good to you? I don't know. We don't know what we want the majority of time, whether it's food or whether it's a goal that we're trying to attain in life. Psalm 37:3 says, trust in the Lord and do good. Verse 4 and 5, delight yourself also in the Lord, and He shall give you the desires of your heart. But you've got to know what the desires of your heart are. Commit your way to the Lord, trust also in Him, and He shall bring it to pass. These four questions, What am I? Who am I? Where am I? All these things. What do I really want? These important questions that we've asked over the last couple of weeks, they're at the heart of finding the abundant life, because they all center on who God has made you to be and what His plan is for your life. And in case you're wondering, the abundant life, God's abundance, the secrets to the abundant life, it's not found in money, and it is certainly not found in stuff or things. It's found in becoming who you were made to be. That's what the abundant life is all about. It's about becoming who God made you to be. And so the truth is, you'll never find abundance in life until you become who you were made to be. So ask yourself these questions and ponder on this one tonight. Ponder on this one throughout the rest of the week. What is it that I really want? What do I want in life? What do I want my life to look like? What do I want my marriage to look like? What do I want my relationships with my children to look like? What do I want my work to look like? All of these different aspects of life. What is it that I want them to look like? And then we'll talk about taking those steps to make it happen. Until next time, I love you. God bless you. Hope you have a great rest of your week.